That's right, guys, we're back at it again with another Fear the Walking Dead theory video. I hope you guys have been enjoying these theory videos because the one thing I've really figured watching this television series is I can't review it. I just absolutely, it's so bad. I really feel like this show is still trying to find its footing after nearly 2 seasons of its new showrunners, and they don't know what to do. I'm not sure whether or not they like their new characters that they've created more, or they're trying to do so much by incorporating old characters, bringing in crossover characters from the main show, while introducing entirely brand new characters into this series, and then trying to desperately meld all of it together like somehow this was supposed to happen from the get-go, or they have a plan of where they're going and we're building up to it very slowly. I mean, one of the biggest things they did in the very last episode was insinuating that Polar Bear getting his rig stolen sometime before we met the characters in season 4. How that lined up perfectly with Logan having a traumatic experience and making a connection with these pioneer people, or whatever we're going to end up calling them, and getting the gas and just everything that's led into this season.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
I understand you're trying to connect these dots and make us care, but let's just be clear, I don't think anybody watching this show gives a crap about Polar Bear. They don't give a crap about this mission and everything that these characters say in every single episode that, oh, we're trying to help people, we're doing right, and all this other stuff. I mean, this episode, like the past week's episode, was so hinged on bringing back all these characters that we've met over the last couple of episodes of Fear the Walking Dead, but I don't even know their names. I would be hard-pressed to tell you anybody's names, even the actors that I like. Outside of the main group, who cares, right? Where have these people been? How are they all coming together? How did they all know? Did they have gas? I thought the rig was out there somewhere. I mean, there's just a lot of bad things happening in this season, and they keep telling us that they're building to something, or all of these things are going to kind of come together at the very end, and you can see where they're going, only to have the very end of the last episode have Logan and his group shot, which was kind of surprising, I would admit, but then they just introduce a completely new set of bad guys with only 3 episodes to go in this season, and potentially, I guess, going to be the main bad guys throughout season 6, which would be cool because I like these guys, but still, it just doesn't really work for me. But what does always work for me when it comes to that is theories. Where are they going with things, and how is it all going to play out after everything is said and done? And one of the things that I've been thinking about constantly, because it's kind of weird now, after seeing Morgan back since season 5 of The Walking Dead, that's season 5, season 6, season 7, season 8, season 4 Fear the Walking Dead, and then season 5 of Fear the Walking Dead. What are they doing with his character now that he's the de facto lead of the series? And what is the mic drop moment that they're going to throw at us at the very end of this season? And I think I understand it. What if Morgan's son is alive? What if Dwayne is alive and well? And that's the big finale cliffhanger of Fear the Walking Dead Season 5. So one of the things that I've already covered on my channel, and I'm not going to go over in detail here, is that with Michonne leaving and The Walking Dead closely or gearing up to do the Commonwealth storyline of the comic books, you need a character to take her role in that storyline because she is a prominent figure. One of the reasons for that is because her long-lost daughter in the comic books, who she thought was dead, ends up being alive and well within those walls. And I'm wondering, and I'm sure a lot of you watching this have wondered yourself, who is going to take that role and what are they going to do? Well, obviously the best situation here would just be to have Morgan play that role. I mean, we understand that he had a son. We never saw the son die. One of the biggest things about The Walking Dead is if you don't see someone die, then they're not really presumed dead. You can't take anybody's word for it. That's one of the reasons why myself and everyone else have been clamoring for Madison to come back and Fear the Walking Dead, because even though they told us she was dead, we don't know if she really died because we never really saw it with our own eyes, and it would be easy enough for them to walk that back. Getting back on point, and I really do feel like Logan, his relationship with the Pioneers, and everything that I've been saying up until this point with Morgan's son, him potentially being alive, maybe wandering all the way down to Texas and joining up with these people, and somehow you're going to take that Commonwealth storyline, considering Michonne is leaving. They're building up the Commonwealth storyline, but with all the main characters from the comic books now essentially gone, and you can't have the ending that the comic books had, you could start using elements from the comic books, putting them in Fear the Walking Dead, and building a completely original Commonwealth storyline with the main show. That way, if Michonne's not going to be in the Commonwealth storyline for the television show, you can still use that mic drop moment, my child is alive when I thought they were dead, with these pioneers in Fear the Walking Dead. Or you can put them on the path where maybe the Commonwealth storyline is connected with these pioneers. Maybe the pioneers know of the Commonwealth. Maybe they know a little bit more about the Rick Grimes CRM community sometime down the line. But you're taking storylines from the broader universe of The Walking Dead and using them in the best place possible for any given series or movie. I think that that would be really interesting. And also, as I mentioned at the very beginning of the video, when I was kind of going through my gripes with this last episode, let's not forget that they have been bringing up Polar Bear a lot this season. And I understand Logan had some kind of connection, brotherly connection, business connection, whatever, with Polar Bear, so it would come up. But the idea of them stealing the rig that caused Polar Bear to die, but it also had broader connections to Logan, that kind of came out of nowhere, but they were really desperately trying to bring it up so they can connect it and have some kind of emotional payoff. They've kind of done the same thing with Morgan over the last couple episodes, bringing up the fact that he's not over his family, he's not over his wife dying or his son dying, he's desperately trying to get over it. And then at that point, after he finally decides that it's time to, be his own person, maybe he gets into a relationship with Grace or just whatever happens there, his son ends up being alive. And they've only been mentioning it to us despite all of the time we've had with Morgan over the past several seasons of the broader universe of The Walking Dead. They only mention it now because these showrunners are terrible and they don't know how to subtly make something part of a story without just throwing it at you over and over and over again, so at least it's fresh on your mind when they finally do that. But even if that is the case, this would be an interesting direction for the story to take, and it might even make Morgan interesting again, because at this point Morgan's either just a sage, want to help everybody person, which he has been throughout his entire run in Fear the Walking Dead, or he's a murderous Terminator rage monster who's going to go out there and kill everyone with his bare hands, which, I don't really like that Morgan, but I really think the clear Morgan is better than the monk Morgan. And, you can tell me what you think about that in the comment section below. But anyway, do you think that this has any merit? I mean, probably not. But I feel like most of the things I talk about when it comes to theories and speculation about Fear the Walking Dead, at least for me, always seems way more interesting than what we get with the main show. So I really want to hear everyone's thoughts and opinions on this in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell over by the subscriber button to notify you every single time I upload. It's been real.